Tier 1, Chapter 37. By the end of this chapter, Kate makes a final decision.
Chapter 37. I wake the boys early for the celebration. Actually, I wake Bentley and allow him to wake up Tal. With supervision, of course, so it doesn't get out of hand. My heart is fluttering, and I am having difficulty thinking clearly. I couldn't sleep last night, so I used the time to pack our lunch and jackets. The boys get dressed quickly, and we head to the public transport station. We don't have the car this month, so we have to plan in a little extra time to walk down there. Tal and Bentley are a little slow this morning, but that's to be expected. I think anything would feel slow to me, considering I have had to wait an interminably long week for this moment. Every nerve ending in my body is tingling. I am both excited and terrified. I can't wait to see Eric, but my body screams for answers regarding the aftermath. What will we do? Where will we go? I hope Eric has thought this through. He has more information than I do, so I don't see the benefit of me getting my heart set on a plan that most likely won't work. The train arrives at the open space and we step out into the cool morning air. The morning light is barely creeping up along the horizon, hinting a new day, and the air is fresh and clean. The crisp sensation against my cheeks centers me. I hold onto Bentley's hand and we follow the map to the balloon launch. At first, I worry that we are in the wrong location. I see only vehicles with trailers, spaced out across the field. Checking the map again, I conclude that this is indeed correct. There's a playground nearby, so I invite the boys to go run around for a bit, assuming that the organizers haven't quite set everything up yet. I sit on a bench and pull out my thermos. Even though it is insulated, the exterior exudes enough heat to warm my hands. I watch Tal and Bent run around, chasing each other as the sun slowly gets brighter, shooting rays of light through the eastern sky. I notice what looks like large, wrinkled blankets being pulled out along the grass behind us, and call the boys over to look. I assume these are the balloons. Sure enough, we see an operator tinkering with a mechanism that shoots out flames, with another person beside him pointing a fan into a large circular opening in the bag. As it begins to inflate, my eyes widen. This thing is going to be huge. The whole process is very physical. Men and women are hanging onto the basket attached to the balloon, keeping it steady. Others are holding the fans and testing the blowers. We see partially filled balloons popping up everywhere now, our eyes taking in all of the colors and patterns. It's magical, and the boys are entranced. A hand slides around my waist and my heart leaps. I turn to face Eric and pull back. It's Nick. His face suddenly turns from a smile to a look of concern, probably mirroring my own. "I'm so sorry," he says hurriedly. "I didn't mean to frighten you." "No, I'm so sorry. I just wasn't expecting." "I know. I thought I would surprise you. When we got together the other day, the boys mentioned that you were hoping to watch the launch. I was planning to be here already, so I thought I would find you guys. I probably should have said something." My heart is racing. Where is Eric? Is he watching this? I specifically didn't mention anything to Nick to avoid a situation like this. Leave it to the boys to complicate things. I mentally scold myself for blaming them. I should have said something. But how would I have explained to them that I didn't want Nick to know? I figured by not saying anything, my chances were higher that they would forget to mention it. I figured wrong. I force a smile to my face. "No, it's fine. I was just surprised, which you just said was your goal, right? That was nice of you to look for us." He drops his arms. "I can go watch on my own. If you were planning on spending time with the boys," he offers, looking slightly dejected and confused. "No, watch with us for a bit. Then maybe I will spend some time alone with the boys before we take our ride." Tal and Bentley notice Nick and give him quick hugs before continuing their game of tag. I am desperately hoping that Eric will wait to find us until after Nick leaves. I want so badly to tell Nick what is going on, but I can't do it. He is so happy to be there. My mind flickers to what I imagine him to be thinking and feeling when he hears the news from someone else. I am selfish and a coward, yes, and I am going to accept that for now. He will be better off without me. Besides, I rationalize, I don't even know how all of this will end up. I don't know if Eric has a plan. I would rather wait until I have something more solid to tell. We watch the balloons fill and rise to their full height. Standing by the heaters, we feel the warm, dry air on our faces as we watch them begin to leave the earth, growing smaller and smaller in the sky. I notice 5 balloons at the edge of the field that are filled, but still tethered. I assume those are the ones that will be open for rides. I begin to make a plan for our exit. My hands are still in my pockets, even though it's plenty warm out. I know Nick is probably confused by my standoffish behavior, but if Eric is watching, well, I don't want to send mixed signals. I am about to open my mouth to tell Nick where we are heading when I see him. Eric. He is walking through the crowd toward us. My heart leaps and then almost immediately sinks when I realize that he is focused on Nick. Though it's only been a week, Eric almost looks like himself again. The dark shadow's only a hint of their previous shade. The boys follow my gaze and see their dad, immediately running toward him. Kate, what is going on? Nick questions. Nick, I start, but Eric and the boys approach before I can finish. Hey, Nick, Eric says gently. He doesn't embrace me, in what I can only assume is respect. Eric points out another balloon to distract the boys. Eric, what's going on? Nick asks quietly. I don't think you are supposed to be here. I'm not, Eric says. Kate, why don't I watch the boys for a minute and you can have a moment with Nick to explain. He looks at me, and in that moment, I know that he knows. He understands what I have done and what Nick and I have been through. A weight seems to physically rise off my body, as if floating into the air like the balloons. He isn't walking away, even though I tried to. Nick looks hurt. My eyes are already filled with tears. I nod and hold on to Nick's arm, leading him away from the boys. I'll meet you at the balloon rides, Kate, Eric says. Nick and I walk arm in arm for a few minutes without saying anything. We come to the gardens and I lead him to a bench, still covered with morning dew. I sit down anyway, and Nick joins me. What's going on, Kate? He asks quietly. Nick, I don't know what to say. The tears roll down my cheeks. I wanted to move forward, and you are such an amazing guy. I thought I could. But Eric doesn't want to, and I can't do this knowing that he isn't on board. I can't. It would eat at me from the inside out, forever, knowing that Eric was somewhere miserable. Nick reaches out and pulls me to him. His shoulder quickly becomes damp with my tears. I feel his chest shaking and realize that he is crying too. I have never seen Nick cry. I hold him close in the best apology embrace I can muster. Eventually, I slip out of his arms and look at him. Is this why you wanted to wait to file for pairing? He asks. Yes. I'm so sorry I didn't say something sooner. I wasn't sure, and I didn't know if Eric would change his mind. So you were stringing me along as your second option? He asks, the hurt evident in his eyes. Nick, I have been with Eric for 11 years. 11 years. We have had children together, worked together, grown older together. Every part of me is connected to him. I wasn't trying to string you along. I was trying to do what was right. And I didn't want to hurt you unless I knew. I had to be sure that Eric was sure. Nick's tone is more intense when he speaks again. Sure about what? Sure that he wants to do what's best for him as an individual? He, of all people, should understand the consequences of this action. He pauses and takes a deep breath. I'm sorry. I don't mean to preach to you. I am just shocked that he is so weak. My cheeks burn. Eric is anything but weak. I breathe, acknowledging the position I have put him in, and take a moment before responding. The last thing I want to do is offend Nick when I am the one turning his world upside down. Maybe we both are. I don't know, Nick. I am unsure about a lot of things right now. What is your plan? He asks crisply. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to talk with Eric about the next step. I know we will have to talk to the committee. I am not looking forward to that. I chuckle. Nick doesn't. I am obviously extremely upset about all of this, Kate. I don't understand it. I think I need to go. He stands to leave, but looks lost. He eventually goes right, and I watch him begin to walk away. Nick, I call. If we had met under different circumstances... Don't. He cuts me off. Goodbye, Kate. He turns and walks further into the garden. I stand shaking, my pants wet from the bench. I walk quickly back the way we came, then toward the balloon rides.